Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Lost Gaming, where we're playing through .hack Mutation now. Last time we did a little bit of grunty racing, did some goblin tag, and I wasn't too good at the grunty racing. Since I've been off camera, I did a little bit of research to get some better strategies. As you can see, I've got the 2 images now, so that means I got first place in both grunty races that are available in this volume. As we log back in, I will go over real quick what I did before we go on, and the first thing that we're going to do this time is we're going to go to the field with Gardenia. Since she's already a character, we will get the other characters next. But anyway, I've been told that there is a quicker way to do this, but it requires waiting for a certain event to pass. But for this server, you hit the flag down here first, and you've got to start your turn to come back right about the time you get to the end of the cobblestone bridge. I found it much easier if you cut these corners very tight. If you start turning right about here, when you come out, you'll swing through and you'll be on path. You can go right through the chaos gate, it doesn't block you. And then you need to do the same thing coming up this way. Once you get to about these brown spots here, you'll start your turn so you can go back. You'll want to cut it tight so that you can come right around the grunty here and get it right there. And that's really all there is to it. That one just takes some practice. It's pretty obvious what you need to do and where you need to go. The one on Theta is the one that is actually a little bit tricky. And before we get really started, I'll just go here and I'll actually show this race, because this is the one I had the most trouble with, and I'll just show you guys how it's done real quick, at least to make it a little bit easier for you when you play through to try to get it yourself. I know that you can get 3 of each prize, but I'm not trying to do that for these races. That's not something I consider to be a part of the 100% run. I just want to get all the events done. I think that's truly in the spirit of it.
3, 2, 1.
But the way that you are supposed to do this race is cut through here and do just like we did last time. And then, instead of going for that flag, you head up here and get the red flag. Cut back, and that was a little bit slower than I would have liked because of some stuff that got in my way. But I mean, that's just what you're going to get sometimes. Sometimes you're just going to get a little bit of bad RNG that kind of messes you over. But as you can see, you can get all of them pretty easily. Alright, so now that we've got that done, let's go back to Theta server, and we'll call Gardenia, get her equipped with some stuff that I traded for off camera, so that she's better equipped, and we will call another character. I think we'll do Pyros, just cause hadn't done him in a while. Well, actually no, we did Pyros in. So let's take a look and let's see who else we can call that we haven't used in a while. We've got to add Gardenia, because
It's you.
It's her field that we're going to, that she wants us to go to. Let's see. Let's go with Natsume.
Thank you for choosing.
Alright, so
What?
Natsume. or Gardenia. I'm going to get the Trunkle Lance.
What?
Let's see, what else do we have? Don't really have anything good for her, per se. So she can hit harder. I'm going to give her those.
What?
Because I've got to make sure I've still got some stuff to give to Natsume as well.
What?
Okay, so that's pretty good, and
such a
and let's give Natsume some stuff as well.
yes.
Because we want to make sure that our team is as ready as we can be for what's coming up.
Yes. What a
So maybe not the best that we could have equipped them out, but it's good enough. And now we're going to Quiet Oblivious Cabbage. As usual, the first thing that we'll do is we'll use a Fairy Orb, take a look at the field, we'll go ahead and get everyone nice and buffed up. Alright, and now with that, we'll go open up a couple of monster portals and just see what we've got. Oh, we got something new. You can see these guys hit pretty hard. I'm not really having a whole lot of luck hitting, even though so since it's got darkness tolerance, I'm trying to see if I've got anything. None of my skills really match up with being able to take care of that easily.
Double sweep.
I'm just going to work with them, and we're going to go ahead and take out that one quicker. That was definitely worth it, because we are going to be in some desperate need of new virus cores coming up soon. Looks like I might need to take some time and go do some leveling up after this. This is looking like the enemies are a little bit higher level than I had anticipated, but it'll all be alright. All will be well. It's not so bad when you work with the rest of your teammates. You can handle things pretty well, and by the time we're through with here, it'll probably be pretty good and leveled up. We'll get some level ups for everybody, and it won't be that bad. Amazing that even after buffing up like I did, we're having such a hard time. I must have been really under-leveled for this field, and might decide to bail on this and do one of the other ones instead until yeah, let's take a look at this server. No, we shouldn't be having such a hard time. We're only a couple of levels lower. This should not be giving us the hard time that we're having. But like I said, as I said in Infection, this game's difficulty does ramp up. We were having a very easy time throughout the rest of the game, and this is more accurate of what the difficulty spike's really like. Oof. Well, that was unexpected.
Great maze. Double sweep. Right on.
Oh boy. So, he's a whole lot tougher than I anticipated. So this is definitely not going as well as I would have hoped.
Double sweep.
So yes, I think I'm going to gate out of here. And we will be coming back once we have had a chance to get a little bit safer, because this is definitely not going as well as I would have liked. So we're going to call off this one for a while, because I'm not trudging through all of that with such a hard time. and having you guys watch me barely survive. So that one's pretty tough. That one's more on our level. That one's definitely more on our level. And that one's lower. So we'll go watch as a comedy act. But I've got to come alone, so we'll disband the party.
Thank you.
We will try that again later. So let's go catch a comedy show. We kind of need it after that. That was pretty painful. Alright, so this is probably extremely foolish of me, but I always wanted to see what we got as creatures on the field. I forgot to mention this before. One of the items that I got gave me an upgraded version of Honey Cruise. It does a lot more damage. Again, this is probably more than I should have tried to take on alone. But it's just sort of how we do it here. And there we go. Died. Oh, that sucks. But like I said before, difficulty in this game really ramps up when you least expect it. It can be really painful to deal with. It can be quite unforgiving. Alright, so since we got our butts kicked so bad there, let's change things around. And we are just going to go right on ahead and do the one with Elk and Mia.
Light red Zigo.
Just cause I really feel like I need to have learned a lesson there. That was a very bad decision to try to do.
I feel Thor. There.
And I can also give her a lot better equipment than what we were giving away before. I kind of wanted to get some of these out of my inventory anyway. Alright, so we got Mia, some stuff. We took some stuff.
Thank you. Yes.
Not really much stuff for Elk because we don't really have a whole lot for him. But, yep, let's go here instead. Maybe this will be a little bit easier for us. And this is still one of my favorite cutscenes in the entire game. You see it a lot, but it never gets old to me. Alright, so a lower level field. And some better equipment. Fairies orb. And our speed charm so we can move a little quicker. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to activate this. And we'll hit a couple of monster portals on our way. Okay, this feels a lot more appropriate. Yeah, that went a whole lot smoother. I think as you can kind of see, having a magic user with you now really changes a lot. He can cast so much stuff and can do so much damage. I mean, it's just... You're starting to get into the point of the game, I feel like, where having a wave master with you on every field is pretty much mandatory. And I mean, you can kind of see just how much more smoothly this is going. Just by having a wave master with us. And of course, while we were doing that, he gets paralyzed. Alright, so let's head on into the dungeon. The next time I record, you guys are probably going to see that a lot of hours have passed, and I'm probably going to spend a lot of time doing a lot of outside grinding, trying to get some levels up. Because it's pretty obvious that what I had before was not really enough. But you know what? I mean, that's part of why I'm doing this game the way that I am. You guys are seeing my real reactions, and sometimes I remember things and they go well for me, and sometimes I forget some stuff until it's a little late and you see me really struggle. And I like that dynamic. I like it feeling real. to do our usual thing in here and try to clear out the dungeon, so this episode is probably going to go a little bit longer than the last couple of ones that I've uploaded. But considering the last ones have been about 20 minutes or so, and I've heard that you guys kind of do like the longer style episodes, that shouldn't really be a problem. You see, that's one of the things I like. As you get farther along, some of the items that these things can drop changes some. And as you saw, we got a health potion instead of a health drink out of one of those boxes. So if you are in some real need of some healing items, if you can find you one of those storage rooms that don't have a lot in them, you can just go back and forth a lot and you can grind up some healing items that you need. As you can see, I went a little overboard with some of my stuff. But at the same time, kinda also feels like maybe I didn't go quite overboard enough. I mean, I definitely was way outclassed with what I tried to do before. Just not being prepared for it is, and that's, like I keep saying, this game series ramps the difficulty up. It does not ramp it up slowly and give you a learning curve that you might be able to get through and figure out. They really throw it to you, especially once you get to a point where you are seeing changes in virus scores. And that's probably really one of your key markers, is once you start seeing the virus core information change, you are likely to see a pretty significant increase in the difficulty of the monsters that you're going to be dealing with. Because, I mean, throughout all of Infection, until we hit the Parasite Dragon, we never really had any trouble, except during the times that I would go into some places maybe a little bit under level. And a lot of that you didn't see because I would specifically choose some places to level up when I was grinding out, trying to get some levels to be well prepared. Because this is one of those games that uses the experience system of your experience goes up or down depending on your level compared to the level of the monsters you're fighting. So being able to get more experience from monsters early on, that's definitely not a bad thing, but as you can see, once you get a little farther on, the grind kind of changes some, but it's not necessarily the same kind of grind that you were able to do before. The reason I'm data training this one is just because it's one I don't remember see much of when I was grinding, so it's not one I've dealt with a whole lot. And I'd like to see if there's some items from it that could be useful to us. This should take care of them. Because of its wood tolerance, I could probably take it out pretty easily with Banzai. But I want to data drain this monster a couple more times if we run into him. Plus, it's always worth making sure that you've got virus cores from early on, because once you get into the last volume of the game, towards the end of the series, you will run into some situations where you need virus cores from these earlier monsters. And you need a fairly significant amount of them. So if you don't take your time grinding them out now, getting ready for them, finding as many of them as you can, and being ready for them, you hit a wall where you've got to go back and do a lot of grinding. A lot of people have said to me that I've been talking to in the BandaiNamco Discord that even if you take your time, do a good bit of grinding, get ready, prepare yourself, and see if I can get him protected before it comes back, before he protect restores. And we're going to try the train on. Nope. Kind of hoping to show that off, but I didn't really think about it till I was already into it, so it didn't really help us out. But I do think that Dark History is a pretty good weapon for a Wave Master. You know what, Elf? You've done a good job. We'll give you a rare. And then he decided not even to use it. Punk. Ah well. Alright, so even though we can kind of see that there is more to this dungeon, we know what this means. This means data bug. Ugh, and data bug move guard again. Alright. So everyone, beat the shit out of it. Leave him on heal duty until we got this done. And with that data drain, virus core him, and now we need to murder him. him as hard as we can and get rid of him. I don't like move guardians.
Here you go, Mia.
Wow, thanks!
By the way, how do you use that? There's no use for it. We just collect it.
You think it's futile. Ah, but futility is a necessity. A system without futilities is very vulnerable. The key in opening a new gate is futility. Just because there's no use for it, is it futile? Sometimes the existence itself is enough.
Hey, Mia!
Oh? I guess it got fixed.
Yeah. Congratulations! Though that was amusing in itself.
Elk?
Alright, so with that, Mia is fixed.
We got aromatic grass, and Mia got fixed.
The Chulu.
Or is she fixed? Apparently it only lasted for a little while.
But I didn't see any girl-like character. I guess I'll start again.
Alright, and so with that, we'll check the board. We'll log out, see if we got any emails. Got a new protected area found. Nameless Seeker's Prairie. A little bit of information on the epitaph of Twilight. More or less, it was like some of it was posted on sort of like a fan fiction novel site kind of thing. It got popular, but the site it was on went down, and only fragments of the text really exist among diehard fans. And this is just a little bit more information on how things work. Alright, and I probably don't have any real other information. So for now, we were going to call it a day, and I will be doing some grinding off screen to really get my levels up, because I don't think I'm quite ready for a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing. So in the meantime, I'll see you guys next time.